Hi, this is Jeffrey from Tencent Investment. I want to take this opportunity to express my sincere thankfulness for the global corporate venture community for giving me this recognition of the Powerlist 2020. I think this recognition is not only for myself, but also for Tencent making its investment through the traffic, the capital, and also the long-term commitment. I do want to share all my learnings and experience in the past almost 10 years journey with all of you, and hopefully everyone stays safe and healthy during the pandemic, and we can see each other very soon. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Amy Vance, Head of Funds at Comcast Ventures. Thank you, James, and thank you, GCV, for this recognition. It is very much appreciated. And I also want to thank both my team and our portfolio companies. I am incredibly proud how everyone has stepped up and performed in a very difficult year. And I am cautiously optimistic that because of you, we will come out of this year better off than when we actually started. I actually believe this year has provided CVCs an incredible opportunity to prove to the startup community how valuable a partner we can actually be. CVCs bring more to the table than just money. We bring the ability to leverage both our LPs and our industries to support exciting young companies even during difficult times.
Hello, Larry Elk here, CEO of Process Food and Ventures. I'm honored to once again be selected to be on the GCV Powerlist. It's worth noting that I deserve very little credit for what we've accomplished to date. All the credit goes to my team and the many fantastic entrepreneurs that we work with. We remain in a period of great uncertainty, 6 months into a global pandemic, but still Process had a transformational year. It's been the busiest year in my time with the group in terms of deals and just overall business transformation, all activity that positions us well for the future. Still, amongst all the change, we leverage the same operator and investor DNA, the global long-term perspective that has allowed the group to thrive over many decades. At the group level, we continue to build on core segments in classifieds, fintech, and food. We're seeing great progress across the board there. Net of it all, with all the changes around us, in some ways the story of the group remains the same. To the areas that I personally spend time on, we are performing well through these challenging times. Our teams adapted well and quickly to the pandemic. We're particularly excited about the performance of our food and edtech companies. Those sectors have enjoyed a generational tailwind as a result of the pandemic. Our entrepreneurs have shown great agility in adapting their services, creating new products, and transforming their business models. Looking forward into the distant future, it'll sound boring, but I expect we'll see more of the same. It's early days for food and education. These sectors are just beginning to be transformed by technology, and they are absolutely massive. We're seeing many new use cases emerge. We'll continue to be aggressive in these sectors. In fact, we just closed our 6th education investment this week, and we are continuing to build expertise there. In closing, I want to thank my team at Process, and of course GCV for including me this year in the Powerlist. Also want to thank GCV more broadly for their role in supporting the development of the corporate venturing community. And last, I want to send my best wishes that you and your loved ones are keeping safe and healthy. Thank you.
Greetings from Samsung Catalyst Fund. My name is Shankar Chandran.
And I'm Francis Ho.
From our entire team, thank you for joining us today. It's been an extraordinary year for all of us, and the corporate venture capital community globally has come together to do some really, really important work this year.
In these uncertain times, it's more important than ever to support entrepreneurs, and together we play a critical role to drive growth, to drive innovation, and of course to help accelerate our corporate missions. And it's great to see all that we've done together with the corporate venture capital community and with the leadership from GCV.
One great example of this collaboration has been the Extreme Tech Challenge that we're really proud of. The global corporate venture capital community came together to promote this challenge focused on United Nations 17 Strategic Development Goals and some of the world's biggest challenges. We had over 2,500 startups apply for this competition, and we were able to pick the final list of 8 companies that are extraordinary companies that are not only great potential investments, but are great opportunities for collaboration with our community.
Thanks to all of you in the community for all the work you've done. We wish you all the best in the coming year. stay safe, and look forward to continued partnership in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jem, and the GCV team. We've had such a great partnership over the years, and we truly appreciate this latest recognition. I couldn't do the work that I do on behalf of National Grid without the National Grid Partners team, a couple of whom, Albert Durack and Christian Bodak, have been named GCV Rising Stars and Emerging Leaders. So much has happened since last year's 2019 Powerlist was announced. Our new portfolio of investments is 19 strong. They run the gamut of cybersecurity to customer service AI and asset management. These companies are already improving outcomes and safety for National Grid while helping our industry transition to a clean energy future. So we look forward to our continued partnership and collaboration with GCV and our colleagues in the audience. And I hope we'll have good news to announce about our shared networking event in London very soon. In the meantime, we invite you to visit ngpartners.com and follow us on Twitter to make sure you're always on top of the latest happenings from the team. Many thanks again for this honor, and here's to more shared success. Thank you.
On behalf of Marcelo, my colleagues at the Vision Fund, and our founders, I'd like to thank James and the team at Global Corporate Venturing for this recognition. The synergies of our ecosystem allow our portfolio companies to amplify one another's strengths and accomplish more than they could on their own. While there may be fewer opportunities, we are still encouraged by what we are seeing globally. Having a strong local presence in every region has been a great benefit to us. I believe the biggest demand for private capital in the near term will come from Asia, specifically China, which is not as overcrowded as the US. Indeed, the BICARE and Ant Financial IPOs are evidence of the quality of mega-cap Chinese companies looking to raise money. Masa's vision for our fund was to invest in businesses that are enabling the next stage of the information revolution. Evidence continues to mount that the pandemic has catalyzed once-in-a-generation shifts in behavior around the world. For example, in the US, e-commerce penetration has grown as much in the past 3 months as the past 5 years. Central to our firm's strategy is the belief that investing in the technology of today can unlock even greater returns for the economies and societies of tomorrow. The tragic racial injustices of recent months are stark reminders that this can only be achieved if we bring everyone along with us to share in that opportunity. Last year, we established the Emerge Accelerator to help underrepresented founders access the networks and tools they need to grow their startups. Mentoring is key, and we can do that with our global presence. Initially, the program was focused on networking and mentoring, but we soon realized that we also needed to provide capital. Providing seed capital as part of our accelerator program nicely complements the investment strategies of the 100 million SoftBank Opportunity Fund that was also set up a few months ago, which only invests in companies led by founders of color in the Vision Fund. We still have much work to do, but we are committed to taking action, doing our part. I know many of you are also taking action, and I'd urge those who aren't to step up. In closing, it's clear that we will continue to live with significant uncertainty for the foreseeable future. But we can be certain that this time will give rise to a new generation of startups with the potential to help us all on this planet to live more productive, sustainable, and healthier lives. It's on us as investors to find those bold and forward-thinking founders and give them the capital, the ecosystem, and support they need to create a more fulfilling future for us all. I'm confident we'll rise to that challenge. Thank you.
Despite the challenges of the last 6 months, it continues to be a super exciting time to be a VC and a real privilege to do the work that we do, supporting amazing founders and helping to create the future for our companies and for the world. Huge shout out and thank you to James and the rest of the GCV team for providing a community for all of us corporate VCs and honoring those of us in the profession together. Thank you. Cheers.
COVID is hitting the entrepreneurs really hard, and 2020 has thus far been a very challenging year for most of them. Which is why at Shell Ventures we're spending most of our efforts so far this year in supporting the portfolio companies through these trying times. Not just by providing follow-on funding, but also by trying to land new contracts between Shell businesses and our portfolio companies. I also observe that due to COVID, our collective response to climate change will probably accelerate as people have grown more aware of the impact of human activity on their environment and have grown accustomed to new ways of working. This is a fantastic opportunity for entrepreneurs to create real impact and to create the next generation of technologies and business models that society and the energy industry will need to make the energy transition and to meet the targets set by the Paris Accords. This is the biggest challenge of our lifetime, and I'm excited to be part of it.
This award really belongs to the amazing team we have here at City Ventures Investing and their dedication to our mission. In 2019, we were one of the most active teams, corporate venture teams in financial services, thanks to their hard work. And that momentum has continued so far through 2020, despite these challenging times. Thank you also to the entrepreneurs who have chosen to partner with us and for the work that they do day in and day out, without which none of this is possible. My congratulations to the other Powerlist Award winners, and thanks again to GCV for recognizing the work of City Ventures.
2020 has been an interesting year. We have focused on supporting and building our investment portfolio and validated and trialed through to scale many promising technologies. We invest in the ecosystem. Two recent examples from my adopted home of Houston. Chevron is a founding sponsor of Greentown Houston, where we bring North America's largest climate tech incubator to the global energy capital. We will look forward to working with the Greentown community and all those who believe climate tech is essential for the energy transition and that the energy transition is essential to addressing the challenges of climate change. It truly does take a community to innovate, to make the future and the challenging possible, and to build a leader. So I want to thank that community for what they have done to get me to this place on the Global Corporate Venturing Powerlist 2020.
In my view, the stakeholders or folks within the ecosystems that have derived the greatest benefits have been those who have been patient. The race is not always to the swift or the biggest or the strongest, but to those that really commit. And that's why, if any words of advice I'll give anyone is be patient as you go through that process and stay committed. So, well, once again, thank you so much for this award.
Hi, this is Nagraj from sunny San Diego. I want to say thanks to Jim and GCV for the honor of being included in a list with individuals far more accomplished than I am. But really, thanks so much to my team. They deserve all the credit for making me look good and making this honor even possible. Thanks everyone and stay safe.
I'm Jack Lynette and my papa is Skull Lynette. Today my papa can't go because it's my 6th birthday. Also my sister's 6th birthday, because I do have a sister. Her name's Freddie. My papa is one of the fans of Touchdown founders. So my papa wants to thank GCV for this honor. He has been proud to be named by the Powerlist. So my papa, I can do it. He's excited that everyone can help each other. Again, from my papa and GCV.
We'd both like to thank GCVI and the community for the Powerlist recognition and really for the great support that the community provides to both veterans in the space as well as new folks. And I think that what we're seeing with the COVID impact and the crazy 2020, how important working together, both investing together and also supporting our parent companies. And what CVCs now are able to do is to help the parent companies pivot quickly, which is what we've been able to do at JetBlue and JetBlue Technology Ventures.
You know, it's been a tribute, I think, to the entire community, seeing how the portfolio companies and the entrepreneurs in those startups have been resilient, are sticking at it, and us in our role in helping them to do so. And it really has been heartening to see how the CVC message and impact has been recognized in our parent companies and in the wider investing community. So very grateful for all of the good people doing that great work. And once again, very grateful for the recognition. Thank you so much.
Thank you to the GCVI community.
Thank you to the GCV for having created the strongest and most relevant network globally for the corporate venture industry, a truly unique place for networking competence. And thank you to DNB for the opportunity to be part of building up DNB Ventures over the last few years. And not at least, I'm truly honoured to have been able to work with a group of amazing founders that we have invested in. So again, thank you so much.
My thanks to Jim Mawson and the Global Corporate Venturing team who analyze the data every year to create the Powerlist 100 Awards. It's an honor to be recognized in the large community of corporate venture professionals around the world. I've been fortunate to be included in the Powerlist 100 a number of times during my time as CTO of GM and president of GM Ventures. But the 2020 Powerlist will be my last one because I retired from General Motors after a career of more than 40 years on July 1st. My successor is a GM colleague, Matt Chen, so I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce him to the global corporate venturing community and have him give you some of his thoughts. Matt?
It's truly a privilege for me to assume the presidency of GM Ventures at such a pivotal moment. With an ever-growing portfolio of venture companies, I'm confident that the next decade of contributions from GM Ventures will bring us ever closer to a world of zero crashes, zero emissions, and zero congestion. Thank you.
I still believe that the CVC is one of the best way to create innovation with small mistakes. So let's change the world better by transforming your company, your industry, your society, and people. Thank you.
It is a big honor for us to be selected to the GCV Powerlist 2020. And like Tuck, I would like to thank our team that's been just amazing, and we're so grateful for each one of them. And I'd like to thank our portfolio companies who make us who we are.
James Mawson and the GCV team have been a tremendous support network for myself and the IBM Ventures team. You know, we appreciate this is a close-knit community. It's one that's collaborative and supportive of one another. And having trusted partners like GCV, amongst others in the venture landscape, just makes our job easier. We appreciate the ecosystem and know that together we can enhance the value we bring our enterprise clients, especially in these unprecedented times. So thank you again, and I look forward to working with you on future opportunities.
I'm proud of the team and the process that we built at Allstate, allowing us to be one of the preeminent corporate investors in the insurance space, an amazing partner to startups. I'm once again honored by this recognition. Thank you so much.
I want to thank James, Tim, and the GCV crew for all the work they are putting into a very positive exchange of views in the CVC community. Happy to help GCV as it expands more outside of US and Europe, and see you again in the next digital conference.
We all need science in order to have a healthy future. As part of Johnson & Johnson Innovation, we are proud to advance early stage innovation and help fuel the life science ecosystem. At JDC, we continue our commitment to support entrepreneurs and investing in innovation to advance our scientific goals and fuel solutions that transform human health. I want to thank you again for being part of the global corporate venture community, and thank you for this recognition.
Being part of the GCV Powerlist this 2020 is a clear recognition of Telefónica's commitment to open innovation. And I feel especially proud in a year like this in which the pandemic is putting all of us to the test. Perhaps now, more than ever, the importance and power that represents the connection with the entrepreneurial ecosystem is revealed.
At Cisco, we believe the most interesting and exciting ideas in technology live in the startup ecosystem. And we are committed to fostering the growth and success of entrepreneurs and founders through investments and acquisitions. We also have a responsibility to make sure the game and its players are balanced and diverse. As corporate venture professionals, we each have the ability to clear the path for underrepresented groups. So let's do that together. Having personally been in the venture space for the last 20 years, I know, just as you do, that the next new idea or disruption to change the world can come from anyone, anywhere. So again, thank you for this award, thank you for this recognition, and I can't wait to see what happens in the coming year.
It's exciting to get to not only invest in and put together a portfolio of startups that are helping to drive that industry forward, but also work with them every day. So thank you to the team at Ferguson Ventures, and thank you to the startup founders that we're working with to drive the industry forward.
It's such an honor to receive Global Corporate Venturing Powerlist Award this year on behalf of Boeing and the incredible team that does amazing work within Horizon X every day. We've made much progress over the past year, and I'm excited to see where we are at this time next year. Again, it's such an honor to receive this recognition. Thank you, Jim, and the entire Global Corporate Venturing community.
I sincerely thank you for choosing me as one of the GCV Powerlist 2020 award winner, where I can proudly hold up this award as a mark of my achievement. I also promise to only get better at my role so that you can see me here for more such award. Thank you.
On behalf of the entire Maersk growth team and on behalf of Maersk, thank you to the GCV for the recognition in the 2020 Powerlist.